What's up, you guys? So Apollo Nida has been arrested again, this time for family DV for a scuffle, a quote-unquote scuffle with his wife. And all I can do is shake my head. For Apollo to be so nice looking on the outside, he seems to be an ugly person inside. So we're going to get into the details of Apollo having to be arrested in order for him to keep his hands off his wife, allegedly. Page 6 is reporting Real Housewives of Atlanta alum Phaedra Parks' ex-husband, Apollo Nida, was arrested and charged with family violence battery over an alleged altercation with his wife, Sherien Al-Mufti, whose legal last name is Copes. According to legal documents obtained Thursday by Page 6, the incident actually took place in March. The police report states that Sherien called the cops after she had just come home from a bar with friends and had 3 alcoholic beverages. She told the police that she and Apollo, who secretly married in October of 2022, were having a verbal altercation about how they were cheating on each other. And Sherien told officers that during the verbal altercation, Apollo showed her a video of her kissing another man. Now, I don't know if this is another ring cam video or what, but y'all remember Apollo already got caught on the ring cam. That's when he allegedly pulled her by the hair and pushed her against a refrigerator, which led to a scuffle between the two. Sherien told cops she then ran outside and called for help before going back inside to grab her phone off the ground to call the police. At that point, she said her husband left the location. Sherien then showed responding officers a surveillance video of the verbal altercation, which did not show the physical altercation between them. Apollo eventually returned to the location and provided police with a statement consistent with Sherien. The cops say the only thing that was different was the physical altercation, of course. Apollo claimed that he tried to take Sherien's phone from her during their argument. While trying to take the phone from Sherien, Apollo told cops she balled up onto the ground to try to protect her phone. After Apollo successfully took her phone from her, so even though she was balled up on the ground, he was still able to get the phone from her. She ran outside and called for help. He said he then went outside and gave her her phone back. Responding officers did not see any marks or bruises that showed Sherien was in a physical altercation, and she denied medical treatment when it was offered. Apollo was then placed under arrest and charged with DV and simple assault, and he was transported to Fulton County Jail, which he was released from after posting a $3,000 bond. Prosecutors charged Apollo with 1 misdemeanor count of simple battery, family violence, and accused him of intentionally making physical contact of an insulting and provoking nature with Sherien by pulling her by the hair and pushing her. So a hearing took place last month. However, court records do not indicate whether he entered a plea. And reps for both Apollo and Sherien did not respond to Page 6 request for comment. However, Sherien told In Touch magazine, quote, "It was a huge blowout between a married couple that has brought us much closer since then. We have worked through our issues and have been going to couples therapy." The end. Y'all, so I don't know what therapy could erase the memory of a man pulling you by your hair and slamming you up against a refrigerator. I didn't know there was therapy for that. But I do want to say this. As a fan of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, I always thought Apollo was putting his hands on Phaedra too, just to be honest with y'all. Way before that scene where he had the drill in his hand and kept coming closer to her, I thought that when he first got charged with fraud and she wasn't supporting him in court, there was a scene they shot in a nightclub where Phaedra was there with the cast and Apollo was there with Peter, I believe. Apollo kept trying to get Phaedra to talk to him in that scene, and Phaedra didn't want to come near him. And you could see that Phaedra was literally scared of Apollo. Phaedra was scared of her husband. And Real Housewives producers just filmed it like it was nothing. Same with Mel and her ex-husband. You get the feeling that there's DV going on in people's relationships on reality TV, but the producers just keep on filming it. And I wouldn't be surprised if Apollo and his wife end up back on reality TV, especially since they're staying together despite them both allegedly cheating on each other. But y'all leave a comment and let me know what you think about Apollo allegedly becoming physical with his wife. And do you think he was doing the same thing to Phaedra? And speaking of Phaedra, there have been rumors that Phaedra Parks will be returning to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Dr. Heavenly confirmed that Married to Medicine has wrapped up filming for their upcoming season, so it seems Phaedra would have the time to film for Real Housewives of Atlanta if she was invited, being that she's finished filming for Married to Medicine. Love B. Scott reports, sources exclusively tell B. Scott that the powers that be are working hard to negotiate Phaedra Parks' return to the Real Housewives of Atlanta amid an unexpected suspension, then firing. Everyone was hopeful that Phaedra's contract would be negotiated in time for her to attend Cynthia Bailey's event at Lake Bailey, but they're still trying to work out some details. The biggest hang-up, we're told, is Phaedra's current contract with Married to Medicine. So this makes sense if the rumors are true that Phaedra has a multi-season contract with Married to Medicine, and that is the problem. Obviously, they wouldn't want her as a full-time castmate on both shows because that wouldn't make sense to the audience. It would need to be one or the other. And if she's contractually committed to Married to Medicine for 2 or 3 years, then that would definitely be a roadblock to getting her peach back in Atlanta. But stranger things have happened. It's being reported that Phaedra's well-received on-screen dynamic with Portia Williams during the Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen 15th anniversary special has only added to the desire for Phaedra's return. So do y'all want to see Frick and Frack back on your screens? I mean, I wouldn't mind, but Frick and Frack was nothing but a problem in my opinion. Their friendship didn't seem to be real friendship, and I don't like seeing fake friendships. But leave a comment and let me know, would you rather see Phaedra on Real Housewives of Atlanta or Married to Medicine? Leave a comment and share your thoughts. As always, thanks for watching. And you guys, before you leave, I have to remind you all and tell you all who are not familiar with my second channel, I do have a second channel called Layla Lynn Live, and I am so excited about Kamala Harris running for President of the United States that I am covering hot political topics on that channel. That channel is Love and Politics, so make sure you come to that channel and subscribe. I'm going to leave a link in the description box and a link in the comment section.
Layla, 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 tells it all.